Good morning, children. Very good morning. Yesterday, we have discussed about money and credit. In money and credit, we have discussed about what is the importance of money. How can you say that money is a medium of exchange? What is double coincidence, and currency, modern form of currency, and check, what is check, and loan activities. How the people has taken loan activities in the banks by following the collateral method. Right? Now this class, children, will continue with the topic, that is money and credit. We'll start with the loan activities. We'll continue with the loan activities. As you know, people have been taking the loans or borrowing money from the banks. But here, people are taking the loans from the various sectors. You can say various sectors. And these sectors can be grouped into two types. These sectors has been classified into two types. Number one is formal sector. Formal sector loans, and second one is informal sector loans. Informal sector loans. These are the two types. The people which they take from these sectors. One is formal sectors, and one is informal sector. Now children, we will clearly discuss about formal sectors and informal sector. Who are all that take the loans from the formal sector, and who are the people, which all the groups take the loans from the informal sectors. Right? Here, come to the formal sectors. When you take these formal sector loans, here people collect the loans, take the loans from the, it includes banks and cooperative societies, cooperative sectors. The next example is formal sectors includes banks and cooperative sectors. Here, banks and cooperative sectors will provide the loans for the people with less interest rate. So therefore, here they give most of the people take the loans from here. Almost 80% of the people collect the loans from the formal sectors, because banks will give with the less interest rate. So it is very comfortable and convenient and easy to pay the interest rate to the banks. When you come to the second one, that is informal sector. That means there is another group of people who take the loans from the informal sectors. Yes. Informal sector, it includes number one is money lenders. Okay, number one is money lenders, then relatives. Number two is relatives, relatives. Number three, friends. Number four, business people, etc. So these all includes in the informal sectors. One is relatives, friends, business people, and money lenders. They are taking the loans from these people. Why? Because the informal sector, that means most of the poor people, villages, those They charge high interest rate. They charge high interest rate. Yes. So which is convenient for the people? Both are convenient. The people who are living in urban people, here banks and cooperative is convenient. Whereas the people who are living in the rural people or villages, so informal sector is very convenient. Because why? Because here, why can't they take loans from the banks? Because the banks are not established in the remote areas. That is one of the reasons. Banks are not established in the remote areas, in the rural background, in the village background. So therefore, for harvesting, for sowing the crop, or purchasing the seeds, or purchasing the chemicals, pesticides, they need badly money. So though they collect the money from the same village with the people of this by taking the high interest rate. So these are the two types of sectors: formal sectors and informal sectors. Can you give two examples for formal sectors? Here you can see banks and cooperatives. Children, remember this. Examples for the corporate sectors are banks and cooperatives, and informal sectors examples: money lenders, relatives, friends, business people. Right? But whereas money lenders always they charge high interest rate. High interest rate. Correct? So these are the two types of these. This is how people are taking the loans from the banks. Loans from the formal or informal sectors. Why these people also loans? Because banks are not established. At the same time, they have to submit the collateral. Since they don't have assets, they can't produce the assets, they cannot submit, so they don't get loans from the banks. That's why this majority of the people, they collect the loans from the people. That is informal sector. Example: money lenders, relatives, friends, business people, and so and so. Right? After they are given two charts, graph 1 and graph 2. Right? Most of the people, yes, urban, rich people, or general people, they take the loan from the banks because they have assets, they produce the documents, they submit the documents. These documents will guarantee to submit issue the loans. Whereas the poor people, they cannot submit the collateral, they don't have assets, therefore they have to take the loans from the informal sector. Right? Formal sector and informal sector. That is the difference. At the same time, here the formal sector who are working is, for example, employees. All employees comes under formal sector. Formal sector. Formal sector means the guarantees. First one is they have security, job security, pension, working hours are limited. They will get all kind of leaves. So they are very happy. They don't have any problem. Whereas the people who are informal is all private. Correct? So there are the two types of taking loans from this thing. Formal and informal sectors. Yes. Another one is SHG. SHG. What is the meaning of SHG? SHG is another scheme. It is a kind of scheme which will help to the poor people. Let us discuss, children, what is SHG. SHG means self-help group. Here you can say self-help group. GROUP, self-help group. SHG means self-help group. Right? Self-help group, it is a group of members in a village. There will be a leader. The group which consists of 20 to 25 members consisting a group, and each group they elected as one person as a leader, and this leader will sort out what all the problems they have been facing in the concerned village and collect this thing, and to solve the problems. So this leader what to do is will suggest to help each other. So he will come to conclude that each member has to contribute certain amount. Yes. For example, 25 rupees or 50 rupees or 100 rupees for each person. So 25 persons, 25 into 100. So how much it gets? It is how much? 2,500. So this is the amount. Almost like that. A certain amount will be collected every month from the members. The total sum of the amount, whoever badly required among the group, for education purpose, for farmer purpose, for business purpose, whatever help, whatever cost they need. So the sum of the amount will be priority basis will be given to the concerned individual. Again the next month, yes. Again next month also same procedure. The amount will be collected, and whoever is badly required, the amount will be given to him, so he can solve whatever problem. So this is how they can manage. This is what is called as a self-help group. So therefore, in this way, even they did not pay interest also. Yes. Even they did not pay any interest. The sum of amount will be helpful for the people. So on rotation basis, everybody will get and they look after as per their emergency. This is another group. That is what we call as a self-help group. Without depending upon anybody, without taking loans from these formal or informal sectors, people can create a self-employment program. They are making themselves as employment. Yes. So they will get every month some amount. That amount will be given to the concerned individual. They can solve the problem. That is what is called as a self-help group. So in this way, so here the people no need to pay interest. No need to pay interest. Only the principal amount, contribution, whatever they are contributing, that regularly you have to pay certain months. The other method, yes. Self-help group. SHG. Right? In this way, this method is very, very helpful for the poor people, for the villages. This method is very, very helpful for the villages or poor people. Yes. Then what is called as a self-help group? That is SHG. You can say SHG. In the case of Meghna, what was discussed earlier, Meghna is the employer. She has taken loan from the bank by collateral method. What is collateral? As already been discussed. Collateral is an asset. Borrows, owns land, buildings, house, livestock. Okay. Document has to submit to the bank as a guarantee until the lender repay the amount. Till the lender pay the amount to the bank, they will keep all these documents with the banks. That is what is a collateral. So by taking the collateral method, she has taken loan. How much loan has taken? 5 lakhs rupees. What is the interest rate? 12%. How many years? 10 years. What is the mode of installment? that is a installment. All together comprises what is it? Terms of credit. So Meghna has taken loan by collateral method. In the case of here, we are not following any collateral method. It is employment, self-oriented, self-scheme. Ourselves, we have started the scheme, collected contribution, certain amount that will help the members of the group. It is very easy and convenient. We did not pay the interest rate. Clear? Right. And there is another one is Grameen Bank of Bangladesh. Example. You take it for example. Grameen Bank of Bangladesh. Grameen Bank of Bangladesh. Yes. Started this bank in the year 2014. Of course. So these banks are established everywhere. Everywhere. The whole, even remote places. So most of the people, they taken the loans from these banks with the cheaper interest rate, that is less interest rate, and it is so that it is very, very convenient to the people. It's almost all spread. 3 lakhs, certain amount, yes, villages are spread out, helpful for the poor people. So there are certain examples. Because normally banks, what happens, it will be established in the only metropolitan cities, urban cities. So even if you see, establish these kind of banks in the rural areas, so that will be helpful for all these informal sectors. So they can also take the loans with a less interest rate. It will be helpful for the poorers. It will be helpful for the all the villages. This is one of the methods. Grameen Bank of Bangladesh. How much it will help? Just I will see. You can see here. Small project Grameen Bank, October 2014, cover almost all 81,390 villages. 81,390 villages. Yes, it is spread out. That means imagine how much it helps to how much people. So therefore, government also has to ensure that these banks has to be established in the remote areas, remote villages, so that it will be people can take the loans with the less interest rate, and it will be very comfortable for the middle class families. This is the topic, money and credit, children. And they are given all the various examples, and there is an exercise also given. Please go through it, please. Right? Money and credit is the third topic. So in this topic, please listen very carefully. Most important, what are demand deposits? Right? What is check? What is double coincidence? What is barter system? And what is collateral? And loan activities. Loan activity means collateral. What is the definition of collateral? And taking the loans, there are 2 types of loans. One is formal sectors of loans and informal sectors of loan. So formal sectors loans, that means examples, banks and cooperatives. Whereas informal sectors, money lenders, relatives, friends, business people. Clear? And next one is SSG. How SSG helpful for the people? Let me ask you a general question. It is a self-employment, self-help group. How this organization will help to the people? They have this contribution, self-contribution to each member, and the group consists of 25 people. They contribute and they get certain amount. That amount will be given to the person who is badly required. So that will be routine. So this is how this group is maintained. They create employment, self-employment on themselves. So they need not depend upon either formal sector or informal sector. Right? That is SHG group, self-help group. The last one, best example is Gramin Bank of Bangladesh. Started in 2014 and it has spread across the almost 81,990 villages. Banks are established and they started giving loans for the less interest rate. So that is very convenient for all the villages and remote areas. Clear? And you can go to the exercises. Clear? This is the third topic, money and credit. Is it clear? So next class we will go ahead with the next chapter, globalization. Thank you.